Grand Rising, good morning as I'm up and outside. Let's get into part two of this, right? So, as again going on, I would see these beings everywhere. But that wasn't what fascinated me. What fascinated me is that the knowledge that started coming through. Like, I felt like I had been traveling all night, and then information would just come through that my hat. This is my former hat, y'all. Y'all know if I got on this hat, I was outside with the animals. The information that would come through. So I started understanding like geometry. I started understanding numbers on like a different level. And keep in mind, I'm 7, 8 years old, but I never talked about it. So how I would mask the things that I knew is I would purposely do bad in school, right? Because I didn't want anybody to think different of me. And not in a bad way, but it was more so of like I didn't want to feel like I was better than anybody. So I would purposely do bad in school. But when I looked at geometry, when I looked at science, when I seen numbers, it made sense to me. They were easy to me. I knew them like the back of my hand. Math was like the easiest thing that I could know. But in the same token, I always knew that the math didn't make sense. Like this math doesn't make sense, but I understand what they're saying. It was just like, but I think it should be done this way. Sacred geometry, geometrical shapes, I started seeing them everywhere. I started getting a fascination with geometry. Even to this day, I love sacred geometry and I love math. And then it was like almost this being of like knowing I had. Like I would know things like before they'd happen. Like if I wasn't supposed to go somewhere and I had to go, I would knew not to go into a certain area. Or if I was doing something and I didn't need to be doing it, they would be like, these beings would appear and almost be like, no. And I would stop doing it. It was crazy. It was almost like they were guiding me and protecting me. So I started, but I didn't tell anybody about this. I kept a lot of this information to myself and I just went on with the day. But I can't say that my life was easy. And we're going to get into life. It was easy, but it wasn't. You know, it was a lot of things that I didn't talk about, especially growing up, like with my grandparents and my aunts. I always felt different. Everybody knew I was different. A lot of times they called me crazy. But it was like I always knew that I had a higher calling.